1.1 FM and AM 1160. Every Wednesday about this time, we feature a listing from Oak Grove Realty. It's your hometown realtor on your hometown radio station. So you can go to WCCSradio.com and check out this place. And boy, is it nice. I like it. Oak Grove is featuring a very nice 2-bedroom, 2-bath home located at 1038 Church Street in Indiana, just up the block from us. Updated windows, off-street parking, along with a 1-car garage, a huge dining room and living room, public utilities as well, fenced-in backyard. It's perfect for dogs or children. Additional room off the dining room could be a den or a playroom. And guess what? They've reduced the price. Yeah, they cut the price to $88,900. They put that in red print, so I couldn't read it as easily. But yeah, $88,900 for this place. A great location to start a family. Easily walkable to downtown Indiana and to the IUP campus on a safe, quiet street. You want to get a look at it? Visit our website, WCCSradio.com. There are a bunch of pictures of this very lovely place at 1038 Oak Street, or Church Street in Indiana. Okay? Oak Grove Realty. You can go there and find all of their listings at our Renda Broadcasting website, WCCSradio.com. Click on the Oak Grove Realty Hometown House of the Week, and you can take a look at this house or some of the others that have been listed as well. Oak Grove Realty, your hometown realtor on your hometown radio station. It's always fun to go there and really take an online walk through these places. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. And good morning to you. Thanks so much for being with us. All right, so let's talk some scouting, shall we, this morning? And in the studio with us, just so folks know whose voice belongs to whom, I'll ask you each to introduce yourself, starting on my left.
My name is Steve Deemer. My name is Kenan Kevenk.
And I'm Cathey Hullenbaugh.
Okay, we need everybody to get up close to the microphone as we talk a little bit of scouting here this morning. Kenan, you got in touch with me to ask if we could come on and talk a little bit about scouting and Boy Scouting in particular. I know there are always events going on, and I know that there's always a great recruitment effort going on. So what's happening with the Scouts right now?
Thank you, Todd, very much for having us on. Right now, here in Indiana County, actually coming up in, not this weekend, but next weekend, we will actually be having Scouts coming from across the council. That is all of the greater Pittsburgh area, plus Indiana County, Cambria County, Somerset County, Bedford County, and down into Maryland, coming to Camp CFMAC, and they will be having a camporee for the weekend. So we're expecting north of 200 scouts to attend, plus all the scoutmasters and everyone else.
Yeah, there was a big news item about Camp CFMAC yesterday, wasn't there?
Yes, there was. The council has signed a new lease for the property for the next 5 years. The camp is open. There's been rumors that the camp is closing or closed. That is not correct. The camp is definitely open, and the Scouts, the council has renewed the lease for another 5 years with the state.
Terrific news. Terrific news. Kathy, tell me more.
We are also starting an event that, due to the pandemic, we found that there are a lot of people out there that that want to go out and do something, go on a vacation, and they decided, oh, well, we'll go camping. And then they figured out that I don't know how to do it. So a few of us from the council got together and created a thing called Learn to Camp. So the idea is to link the Boy Scout troops, or the Scout troops, and the Cub Scouts, and teach these people how to camp in hopes of building membership and getting the kids involved in Cub Scouts. But the troops would set up a camp situation, and they would teach the adults how to pick a tent that would be good for their family, how to set up the tent, what kind of clothes they should be taking with them, what kind of food they should be taking with them, and how to set up a campsite and where's the safest place to set up the campsite. Yeah. And then the packs take the kids and in sort of like a skit type thing, teach them what they should and should not do when they're camping. Like no open flame inside of a tent, keep your tent clean, no food in the tent, things like that, by setting up some different scenarios and how to pick out good and bad plants and that kind of stuff. So that's one of the things that we're that we're working on and hoping to maybe run a few of them here in Indiana County somewhere. But that's one of the things that we're working on and trying to, as a backdoor to get kids into Scouts by seeing exactly what happens when we go on a camping trip.
I always joke with people that I flunked out of Boy Scouts because in Webelos I couldn't learn how to tie knots. The truth is, I never made it as far as Webelos. I flunked out long before then. But it does point out, doesn't it, that scouting is so good for kids because it teaches them skills, and now they are skills that are starting to disappear because if you can't do it with your thumbs on a keyboard, the kids think you can't do it. So,
Very smart.
so it's great that scouting continues that mission. Steve Deemer, let's talk to you a little bit about, from your angle, the events that are coming up and scouting in general.
Well, coming up, as Kenan said, we have the Great Scout Kart Race in a couple of weeks coming up at camp. And one of the other things that people may or may not know is now young ladies can join the scouting program, the quote-unquote Boy Scouts. There was a name change. We're now called Scouts BSA for the older youth. We're still Cub Scouts in the beginning, and then as they get a little older, it's Scouts BSA. The national organization is still Boy Scouts of America, but young ladies can join all the way from kindergarten all the way through, depending on the program they're in, 21 years of age.
That expanded mission, of course, gives you an opportunity to get more kids into the programs.
Yes.
And of course, that has been a challenge for scouting as a rule. There have been other challenges. The pandemic certainly has been one. And
that hit us hard.
And so it becomes, it's such an iconic organization, but even icons can struggle. And it's, the kind of recruitment that you're doing, the kind of programs that Cathey just explained to us, those are the things that will build up scouting.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we stress the outdoors. We try and get our scouts out as often as possible. And along with the Scout Oath and Scout Law, we try and teach them to live by that. So we continue to go along there.
Kenan, you were telling me earlier this morning as well about an effort to identify some of the Eagle Scouts who are adults now, and maybe they were Eagle Scouts 50 years ago, but once an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout.
That's right, Todd. We always need more folks to help, and obviously an Eagle Scout understands the program and knows the value of the program, and we're looking for folks that can share that value with the younger folks in the community today. So absolutely. We're looking for Eagle Scouts, and not necessarily Eagle Scouts. If people were involved in scouting as a kid and enjoyed it, we'd love to have them come back out and help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that would be a wonderful thing to get involved in scouting once more. Scouting teaches such valuable skills, and a lot of those skills have to do with interpersonal relationships and the fact that you learn how to be a social creature, an actual social creature, not a social media creature, but you actually learn to relate to others and to be good people with one another, and sometimes that's in short supply.
That's correct. I like to think of it this way. A lot of folks emphasize the hard skills in school, STEM and STEAM and all those good things, and those are great things, and scouting does as well, but we also teach the soft skills, those interpersonal skills, as you said, that are critical to success in the future.
Yeah. Cathey, how did you become involved in scouting?
I became involved because of my son. Like most people, he wanted to be involved in Scouts. And when I signed him up for kindergarten, a woman asked if my kid wanted to be involved in Scouts. I asked her if she knew anything about Boy Scouts. She gave me a very weird look and said no. And I took him kicking and screaming out of the elementary school and had to promise him to be a Scout. A year and a half later, he come home with a paper. We signed up, and that was it. He was part of the troop in Blairsville for many years, and even went back to Cub Scouts and helped out with the Cub Scouts for a couple of years before he got a serious job and went on with his life. But that's how I became involved, and I just never got out of Scouts, and I felt there was a niche in there for me, and that's how I ended up.
And you're still wearing a uniform.
I'm still wearing a uniform, yes. 20 years later, I'm still wearing a uniform.
Well, that's terrific. That is terrific. Steve, what about you?
Well, I was a Scout as a youth, and I made it a little further than you did. I actually made it up into the Boy Scouting program.
Where was that?
That was actually down in the Pittsburgh area,
Okay.
in the South Hills. And then, similar to Cathey, had a son, and he came home one day and said, there's a recruiting event, scouts are going to have an event. And so we went, and he joined, and then I volunteered to help out with the pack at the time. And again, he made it all the way. He's an Eagle Scout, and so I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
And then I just he's got his own couple of Cub Scouts coming up here in a few years, and I just stuck with the program similar to Cathey, and just kind of bounced around and did different things, whatever I was needed to do.
Yeah, well, that's terrific. Kenan, step forward once more. Give us your story.
Sure. I am the district executive for the Indiana County area, so I get paid to do this. These guys to my right and left are volunteers. I was a scout briefly growing up. More importantly, though, my son was actually in the Cub Scouting program for a couple years, and I saw the value of scouting, what a difference it made, just those 2 years in his life made to him and in the lessons that he learned. And so when the opportunity arose, I jumped on it.
Yeah, yeah. And that, how long ago was that?
I am new at this, actually. Just started in August of last year.
Oh, yeah?
So in the middle of the pandemic, I jumped in with both feet.
Terrific. Terrific. Okay, so for folks who want to learn more about scouting, about our local scouting efforts, and about the events coming up, what do they need to do?
Sure. You can go to the council webpage, laurelhighlandscouncil.org, and that'll get you a calendar of events, and you just click on the Chestnut Ridge District is our local district. That'll tell you all the events happening in Chestnut Ridge. Or if you want to join scouting, you can go to www.beascout, and that will you can put your information in, where you live, and someone from that area, the scouting organization in that area, will contact you and let you know what to do.
And that includes around here. How's it gone? Everything going well?
The pandemic has hit us pretty hard. We usually recruit in the schools. Cathey does a lot of that, and we're not able to. So, like many organizations, we're looking to rebound a little bit, but we're on the upswing.
Yeah, that's terrific news. Terrific news. Got to keep scouting strong. Thank you all for coming in to visit with us today. We appreciate it. Give that website again, if you would.
Yeah, it's laurelhighlandscouncil.org or www.beascout.org.
Beascout.org.
Yes.
The word be, B-E.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you again to all three of you for coming and visiting with us.
Thank you very much, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160. Young Mr. Jake